I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this beat, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about John Wick Chapter 4. This is going to be a movie review. If you don't know John Wick is a movie series that's basically about a hitman who was in retirement and was forced out of retirement due to the first movie when they broke and stole his car and killed his dog. So with that being said, he got his revenge, but one thing led to another, and people wanted to mess around, and they had to find out from John Wick. John Wick is not one to play with. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get his revenge. He's about to come back and get his lick back, okay? So just don't mess with John Wick. Obviously, if you haven't seen the first 3 movies, I encourage you to do so. It's not required to watch for the 4th movie, of course. Anybody who didn't watch the first 3 movies before watching the 4th movie, they still gonna understand what's going on in the 4th movie. So you're still gonna understand it, okay? So I watched this movie, and let me tell you something. Chad did it once again. Keanu Reeves, once again, Keanu, that's my dude. Let me stop. But this movie is literally cinematic action excellence. The movie is 2 hours and 49 minutes, about 3 hours. You're gonna be in that theater for about 3 hours, so just get prepared if you're getting ready to watch it. This movie is really, really good. The first hour and a half, you're getting there, then you see some really cool visual shots. It was a visually pleasing, everything. Obviously coming after the 3rd movie, he's still excommunicado. He still has a bounty on his head. The high table is still, out to get him. So, he still has people in high places, basically, which is a synopsis that he, is able to seek and find refuge within. In doing so, the high table wanted to make examples out of the people that were close to John Wick, and obviously show and teach a lesson to others that if you're in cahoots with John Wick, then you're gonna be gone. So that's basically what the beginning started with. John, he ends up at one of his really good longtime friends' place. Things went left. Then you just meet this new character, which is Shamir. Then we got Arena, fighting. We got Donnie Yen. We got so many people in this movie, Scott Adkins. There's just so many high-level actors in this movie. And then you got the newcomers, obviously, showing that, they could still hold up to them. I'm trying to be as, not too much giving information within the movie, but we're going to have to be with spoilers. So, a little bit after this is your time to pause. This is your time to be okay, I heard enough. I'm going to go watch the movie, see for myself. But yes, this movie was really good. Obviously, if you watched it, the best in the franchise, everything that happened. Donnie Yen Kane, he was really good as a character. Granted, it's either your daughter or your longtime friend. It's your daughter, so you're gonna do whatever it takes to protect your daughter. Bill Skarsgård's character, he was a good villain. He played his role pretty well. Very arrogant, very, playing the role as that rich, arrogant type character. He played it really well. Let's talk about the stairs scene. Like, imagine you have to walk up 222 stairs before sunrise, and there's a group of people with guns trying to beat you up. Then when you get to the top of the staircase, you're meet by those another super people trying to beat you up, and they like kicked you all the way back down to the start. You're trying to climb up 222 steps, and after you do that, you get dropped back down, and you're supposed to be there before sunrise, or you're executed. And that was just like, in the theater, you're just like, what is going on? Like, you just felt like you just almost achieved getting there. And then Kane was downstairs. Obviously, Donnie Yen's character is pretty funny, when we first see him, in the fight scene in Osaka. And he's like having soup, and, he's sitting there, and they're like, oh, you gotta do your job and whatnot. His character is blind, so like seeing him fight, with his cane and doing whatever he does was very interesting to see. And then, you do have the funny moments where he's just sitting down, or he's just like, this is light work, like he got it. But yeah, the staircase scene, like, you were just there, but obviously they got back up, they did what they gotta do. Another scene was the car just crashing into him. Like, you're in Paris, and all the traffic, like, he was getting hit by car. Like, what? How many cars is gonna hit John Wick? And then a really good shot was when he was in the I think it was a house or like someplace building, and it was like this overhead bird's eye view type thing, and you're just seeing like he's just going into one room, just like getting shooting up everybody. And it was just so cool to see like this overhead type thing, the viewpoint from the movie perspective. Like, that was really well shot. And another scene, like, highlight from the movie is obviously Winston walking to like deliver the message that John Wick is challenging to him duel. And he's just walking, like, you just have him walking for like a minute straight, just like, you just hear his footsteps, and you're just like, okay, that was pretty funny. Other than that, the movie is really good. I sat through that long end credit scene just to see the end credits, and spoiler alert once again, Rena's character, Akira, she told John, is either you kill him or I'll kill him. She said, you get to him or I'll get to him. And obviously he didn't kill Kane. So, I don't know, but Kane, he has some senses. Like, don't think he's gonna get slashed up. Kane probably might see it coming, figuratively. Might see it coming, and obviously, it's gonna be a whole fight scene if that happens. Another spoiler alert, if you're still watching the movie, is that we obviously get to the last scene. John wins his freedom back. He gets Winston back his hotel in New York, and everything, and it's going to be rebuilt. He gets his freedom back. He gets his, I believe his coin, I forgot what it's called, like his ledger, the coin that he makes a deal, because he used the coin in the second movie, which that means he lost it. And then but I think Winston gave it back to him. But John got 3 shots because he was in a duel. He got a shot in his shoulder, in his abdomen, and I think in his arm. But I think the one in his abdomen got to him. I'm not sure. Because I think because he only got 3 shots. But before we get to that, I already figured it out, because when he was in duel of Kane, and they were at the 10 pacers, and Kane gets him before John gets him, I was like, John didn't even get to shoot. Like, I'm looking at Kane, seeing where's his 3rd blood stain, because obviously they're both wearing white. It was actually very, interesting to see that they're both wearing white, and you can visibly see where the gunshot wound is. It was actually also interesting to see because in this movie, everybody's also wearing bulletproof suits, bulletproof jackets. So obviously all these bullets is not penetrating the skin. They feel the impact from the bullet, but they're not getting penetrated from the bullet at all. So seeing, John getting 3 bullets and seeing the wounds, blood stain coming out on his shirt was very interesting to see, whoa, he took off his jacket and his vest, and you just hear the bullet casing just falling off of him. But when that 10 pacer bullet hit him from Kane, I was like, John didn't get to shoot. So when Bill Skarsgård's character gets up and is like, oh, it's my turn, let me shoot. And Kane was like, is my daughter free? Is my daughter free? And he was like, yeah, just give me the gun. And Winston's like, you're so dumb. The guy he still has a bullet left. He didn't get to shoot. And John was just waiting, when John just got him, he got him good. Because I'm just like, it was so messed up that he has Kane fighting his battle for him, or being in a duel. He nominated Kane in his place to do the duel. So it's just it's either John coming out alive or Kane coming out alive, which just felt so uneasy. So it just felt uneasy throughout the second half of the movie, where you're just it's either John getting got or Kane getting got. And obviously you're kind of rooting for John, because of course it's John Wick. But to find out, in the end, John still get him. He still got Bill Skarsgård's character. But circling back to John's 3 wounds, I'm not sure he's really gone like that. Him going out and actually dying, I'm like, okay, they can end it on a good note. He's free. He didn't, he earned his freedom back. You know what I'm saying? So him going out like that, I'm just like, we can accept it, because, it's a nice ribbon on the entire series of what happened. His wife died from cancer. He said that what he wants on his tombstone is to be a loving husband, which, as we saw at the end, Winston ensured that he had loving husband on his tombstone. But I don't think he's gone. I feel like if the directors want to bring Keanu Reeves back, they easily can. We didn't see a body. We just saw a grave and tombstone. And that's it. Granted, we hear Winston say, goodbye to his son, calling John his son. But I don't think John Wick is gone. I don't know. I don't think John Wick is gone. I don't think so. They could really leave it at that. But I feel like if they really wanted to, they could have a spin-off of Rena's character and Donnie Yen's character, of course, because of what happened. And then Shamier, or the Mr. Nobody guy, he was a really good, character to, he was very interesting. Why is he, following John Wick, what he has to do with John Wick. But he's an interesting character that we got to see. So they can really have a spin-off if they really wanted to. But I feel like Keanu Reeves can come back, John Wick can come back if the writers really want to. Because of course we didn't see a body, we just saw a grave and tombstone, and John assuming, being passed out from the 3 bullets that he received in the duel. But other than that, on this entire series, it's nice to really kind of wrap it up on, a decent note. he has his freedom back. There's no more running, there's no more traveling across countries, there's no more fighting. He was in retirement. You even have Bill Skarsgård's characters like, you're never gonna take your freedom, because you know what? If this is you as a killer, this is your purpose or whatever. And it's just like, you gotta understand that when John just wants to live a simple life. He just wants his dog, live in his house. He was living and chilling, like a villain, and then they come bothered him. So I'm just gonna say that there was a point to what Bill was saying, but I feel like John would have of course took his freedom, get a new dog if he really wanted to, and just chill by himself. But in terms of movies, who wants to watch it? I mean, obviously people would want to watch Keanu Reeves just like chilling in his newfound freedom. But I guess in terms of the series, to put a bow on it, to have, he's at peace now. He's his tombstone is right next to his wife's tombstone. I feel like to end this series on a decent note, like, you're kind of sad that he's gone. John Wick is gone, but everything is in place. He died basically a hero. So in terms of that, if the writers want to keep a bow on it and just leave it at that, they really can. But if they want to open up, Keanu, going back to being John Wick, they really can if they want to. So obviously, if I'm going to rate this movie out of 10, it's going to be a 10 out of 10. Okay, it's gonna be a 10 out of 10. So also, if you guys have Letterboxd, follow me on Letterboxd. It's obviously KylerB. I'll probably link it in my description box below, but I obviously rated and reviewed the movie on Letterboxd as well. So check that out. But obviously this movie is 10 out of 10. This movie is 5 stars out of 5 stars. So just go check it out. Anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.